We all know the specific panic of a sudden, urgent request. But imagine getting an aggressive ping demanding your immediate attendance for a meeting that supposedly started 15 minutes ago. This happens on the main floor of the Department of Workspace Environment and Sunlight Management. It is a bleak landscape defined by dense cubicles, blinding window glare, and the constant hum of manufactured corporate anxiety. Sitting in the middle of it all is Robert. He is a veteran developer who has worked at the agency since 1998. He serves as the office's logical straight man, a highly competent worker who actively builds workarounds to bypass the bureaucratic sabotage created by his own management. His direct boss is the pointy-haired manager, or PHM. She operates out of the executive loft suite, and to assert control, she regularly deploys a toxic management tactic we will call the time warp invite. This timeline shows exactly how the trap works. A meeting block is officially scheduled to begin at 3 p.m., but the calendar invite itself isn't actually sent to your inbox until 3:15 p.m. The math is impossible, and that is entirely the design. By forcing you to join a virtual room retroactively late, you arrive off balance, defensive, and apologizing for a mistake you didn't make. You are perfectly primed for an ambush. On July 25th, Robert drops into one of these late virtual meetings. There is no agenda and no small talk. PHM bypasses all standard corporate procedures and immediately launches into an aggressive verbal attack. She openly accuses Robert of distributing a database script directly to an end user. She then escalates the claim, stating she doesn't even know what the script contains. Looking at this network diagram, we have a secure database node. She alleges Robert leaked a dangerous file to an unauthorized user. This claim functions as a nuclear threat, designed to overwhelm the employee with panic and force total submission before anyone checks the facts. But Robert does not panic, and he does not apologize. Instead, he meets the escalating hysteria with cold, unemotional logic. Toxic ambushes require the target to react emotionally. When you strip away the panic and respond with strict logic, the entire psychological framework of the attack falls apart. Robert's defensive strategy is remarkably simple. He explicitly asks PHM to produce the phantom file. He requests any empirical evidence, an email, a system trace, or a chat log proving this exchange actually happened. The momentum of the meeting instantly flatlines. The aggressive attack hits a brick wall, resulting in a sudden, highly uncomfortable silence. This scale demonstrates the mechanical shift in the argument. By asking for proof, Robert removes the burden of defense from his shoulders, redirecting it back onto the accuser. The pressure is massive. PHM is now trapped by the extreme severity of her own claim. Demanding immediate empirical evidence is the ultimate stress test for a manufactured crisis. It instantly exposes the inherent weakness of evidence-free management. The truth sets in quickly. There is no file, there is no security breach. The entire crisis is exposed as a complete phantom. Caught without evidence, PHM deploys her final escape maneuver to avoid accountability. We call this the proxy deflection. As we see in this organizational chart, the blame drops from the top, deflects off a middle manager, and lands safely at the bottom. PHM completely abandons her original accusation against Robert, and instead claims that the end user simply used, quote, confusing words. This deflection serves a dual purpose. It quietly drops the fake crisis, while blaming an innocent user for the manager's own lack of technical comprehension. Zooming out from this single incident reveals a much broader behavioral concept running through the department. It is a system of behavior known as architectural sabotage. This loop perfectly maps the core philosophy of architectural sabotage. For fundamentally incompetent leaders, these steps, manufacture crisis, demand defense, and shift blame, are not accidents. They are necessary management features. By keeping employees perpetually defending themselves against invisible crimes, toxic managers successfully mask their own ignorance. They ensure the staff is too exhausted to question the actual architecture of the department, allowing them to maintain absolute, unquestioned control over the office ecosystem.